Hi, I'm Kat Knevers at Bar Gallery West with owner Josh Hintz and artist Siara ReNae Berry in her inaugural exhibition, The To-Do List. Come and join us to see what this new show and this awesome new gallery space is all about. So Josh, thanks again for having us here, and please tell us about this new gallery space.
So the building that we're in is what's formerly known as the Pitch Project, and it is kind of fascinating because it occupies a ton of square footage. There are technically like 5 buildings all connected to each other. So when the opportunity came to jump into the space, it basically kind of reanalyzed what we can do with the space. Back here was just basically a freight hallway that was not really utilized very well. It was filled with, garbage pretty much. but yeah, it was perfect and super ideal to turn it into a gallery. And back in the day, it was actually the forefront of whatever business that was here. So it wasn't too difficult to kind of re-shine up the front entrance and turn it into something that people wanted to come into again. I guess that's the gallery component. The other component is similar to Bar over on 2nd Street. We have studios here. The difference between the studios at Bar and over here is the studios here are much larger scale. So around 100 square feet over there. Over here it's like close to 1,000.
Oh wow, that's exciting. It is hard to find spaces like that. So that's a really amazing thing that you're bringing to Walker's Point with Far West. And with the first exhibition, we have Siara ReNae Berry. And tell us about the exhibition, The To-Do List, your pieces in it.
Sure, so this is actually my first solo exhibition. And I've known Josh for a while now. I actually had a studio at Bar for quite some time. But this show in particular, it's been about a year in the making. And the show To-Do List, the title kind of alludes to those domestic tasks around the house, kind of that desire to want to do more to the space or self-care, caring for your surroundings. But then when you see the tools, they're a little bit dysfunctional, a little bit exaggerated. So then it starts to kind of become a metaphor for, just the struggle really and trying to balance those. And if it's with another person or your partner or a group of people, a family, how do you manage those challenges within the home?
Right.
So that's really where a lot of my inspiration stemmed from.
And the to-do list is never done.
Yeah, as in my case, it's never done.
Yeah, right. It's just you do it, but then it keeps coming back.
Yeah.
But something like this piece, I mean, you turn that into a really sort of beautiful metaphor in the sort of continuity of the handle and the broom bristles itself, and the way it's made is just beautiful. Tell us about that, the type of wood and how it's made and the bristles.
Sure. So this is ash wood, which is native to Wisconsin, so there's an abundance of it, but this is in particular super gorgeous. So that made it really easy to kind of work with it. This is hand carved, and then these heads here are CNC routed. This is also CNC plasma cut, and then these are applied by hand. So there's kind of a handmade and machine element. That's kind of what all these pieces have. But this one in particular, like we were discussing, just kind of the nuance of hand carving and having that kind of handmade quality to it. As far as the form, this kind of infinity, loop, this kind of never-ending battle. Where do you start? Where do you begin? How do you work with it? So yeah, that's really what this piece represents. And it's one of my favorites. Yeah,
it's really gorgeous, and especially the details down here, like how the bristles kind of weave together and it becomes this continuous flow.
Totally, it's amazing. Like when I imagined this piece, that was a kind of a pleasant surprise. I couldn't visualize how they were going to lay, but it ended up working beautifully, and it really adds some interest to the piece.
Great, yeah, it's definitely art and the wonderful craftsmanship.
Thank you.
So, yeah. Well, Siara, thank you so much. Thank you for telling us about your work. And Josh, thank you for having us to Far West.
Thank you.
And, we hope to see you in your other gallery endeavors as well.
Yes, indeed.
All right, and thank you for joining us. Again, I'm Captain Evers for Shepherd Express Visual Art Review.